Aries, welcome to Emerald Dreams Tarot. Happy to have you here today. We are going to do a shadow and higher self reading for you. And we're going to start with your shadow. So let's just jump into it. Let's just get started. If you're curious about my decks, I always have them listed down below. But okay. What does Aries' shadow need them to know? What does Aries' shadow need them to know? What does Aries' shadow need them to know? Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords reversed, Page of Cups reversed, the Tower, Justice reversed, Five of Wands reversed, come like this. Death, the Fool, Eight of Wands reversed, Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups reversed. So at the bottom we have Four of Pentacles, the Magician reversed at the split, and the Nine of Cups at the back. Okay, so Aries, if you're not familiar with my readings, the way I like to read is I take two cards at a time vertically, I let them clarify each other, and then I move on from there. So let's start with the Knight of Pentacles and Death. So, this is you diligently, slowly but steadily working through transformations in your life. Death is not just death, you know? It's not just things dying. It's transformation. It's metamorphosis. So this is you diligently every day you working towards some kind of change in your life, working with the changes, not against them. That's very, very important, because otherwise death would be reversed, and it's not. So we love to see death. We love death. So yeah, you're on the right path when it comes to changing things up in your life, shaking things up, maybe slowly over time, really working towards a new, better self. So, next we have the Fool with the King of Swords reversed. So this is you not really seeing where things are going to restart, like where things are going to take off. The Fool is the first card in the Major Arcana, so it's the beginning of the journey, right? And you're not really seeing exactly where that's going to take place, and maybe that scares you a little bit. I don't blame you. Sorry, I'm getting over an illness, so I might cough a few times. But, yeah, so, you know, just because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't feel it. So, maybe instead of being in your King of Swords energy, you need to be in your King of Cups energy and truly feel emotionally like, okay, what feels right? Which direction feels the best to me? You know? Which direction feels the most fulfilling towards me in my life? And I see here with the Page of Cups reversed and the Eight of Wands reversed, you are very emotionally withdrawn from yourself, I feel. You don't really talk about your feelings. You don't really see them as that important. But, you know, I'm here to tell you, Aries, your emotions are just as important as your thoughts, if not more. Because we cannot control our emotions. They come from deep within. They always have a root. There's always a root to be found in every emotion. There's always a trigger. For thoughts just come and go. Thoughts can be random. Thoughts can be whatever. But our emotions are powerful things. And the pain that comes with them, it demands to be felt. So ignoring your emotions, it's just going to build up in your system until it bursts out of you one day. And you might take it out on somebody you don't want to take things out on. And so it's important to deal with these emotions before something catastrophic happens. Like the Tower and the Four of Wands. I feel that this is kind of a warning. Things could really blow the fuck up in your face. Around your home environment, around your relationships, maybe your main relationship in your life. There could be devastation in these areas if you do not deal with your emotions. And dealing with the emotional part of death is very integral. Integral. You know what I'm trying to say. It's very important, let me put it that way. It's very important to deal with your emotions around big changes, because if you don't, and you have grief that is not dealt with, again, you know, that shit is just gonna boil up. It's gonna boil under the surface and it's gonna spew out of you like a fucking volcano. And especially with you being an Aries, that's going to be very destructive. You guys can tend to be very destructive. It's just, you know, every sign has its pros and cons. That's just one of your guys' con. It is what it is. You know, it's not an attack. It's just a fact. And everybody can be destructive in their own ways, but Aries in particular, you really know how to fuck shit up. So, and I know some of you are taking that as a compliment right now, but you don't want this to happen to what you don't want it to happen to. You know what I mean? So, really dealing with this before it gets out of control. And before you accidentally take it out on somebody you don't want to take it out on, it's time to deal with whatever's lurking in your shadow, Aries. So I see here with Justice reversed and the Two of Pentacles, maybe you are prioritizing the wrong things right now. Maybe you need to be prioritizing yourself and you're not doing that. If it's a situation where, like, you know, you're taking care of your mom and she's, you know, she needs help bathing and she needs help feeding herself and, you know, stuff like that, then I understand that you are not placing yourself as a priority. But if it's like literally any other situation, I need you to start prioritizing yourself, Aries. You know, we can't help others until we've helped ourselves. You always put on your own airbag before you put on somebody else's. That's what they always tell you in an airplane. And there's a reason for that, you know? So definitely try and rethink what your priorities are, and because maybe they need a shift. Because I'm seeing it's not too fair to you at this moment, the way that they are right now. Okay, and then we have the Five of Wands reversed with the Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is you kind of giving up on these hard emotions, giving up on releasing these hard emotions. So you don't feel like you're ever going to truly work through them. That's not true. It may feel unending and like it's never going to go away, but there's going to be a point where you get to it, where you can talk about it all you want without crying. You can talk about it all you want without getting in your feelings, without being on the verge of tears, without being on the verge of some kind of breakdown or some kind of anger episode, something, you know? You do have the potential to work through this. Just do not give up on yourself in this regard. Please, Aries. Do it for yourself. Do it for, what's the word I'm looking for? Do it for your own state of mind. Your mental health, okay? Because holding on to these Five of Cups energies is not going to do you any good. This is sadness, this is grief, this is loss. And it's meant to be felt, it demands to be felt. But we're not meant to just linger here forever, okay? And with the Four of Pentacles, I see you're really holding on to this, whatever this was. Or whatever it is that's causing so much massive change in your life, you know? Or maybe you're holding on to what you've had to let go. Because with death comes rebirth. And you can't have rebirth if you've just held on to literally everything that you've had before the rebirth happens. Does that make sense? Like, you can't go through the death cycle without losing a thing or two. You can't go through the death cycle. You can't go from the world to the Fool without there being some kind of sacrifice, something given up. So I see you really, truly just holding on to whatever it may be, and it could just be emotions that you're holding on to. But even that needs to be worked through. And yeah. So that's what your shadow has to say, Aries. So let's move on to your higher self. What does Aries' higher self have to say? 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 Two of Swords. Three of Wands. If you have any Leo in your chart, go ahead and check theirs out, because they also opened with the Two of Swords, and they also had the Hermit, reversed and upright. So if you have any Leo, go check theirs out. Five of Swords reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. Four of Pentacles. There's you making that decision to let go. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. The Hierophant reversed. Knight of Pentacles. And Page of Swords reversed. So at the bottom we have Six of Swords. The split we have Four of Cups. At the back we have Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So, yeah. And there's the Queen of Swords reversed again. So you're really moving on. I almost said Leo. So yeah, if you have any Leo in your chart, definitely go check theirs out. Aries. We're doing Aries right now. Aries, you are really moving on and letting go of these things that you find addictive, or these things that you find, you know, they feel so good, but you know that they're bad, you know, type shit. Could also be a Capricorn that was in your life. Doesn't have to be, but this is the Capricorn card. So, okay. So that's just the overall energy, but let's get into the reading. So yeah, this is very straightforward. You deciding to let go of what you've been holding on to. Or this is you deciding to hold on to what you've been holding on to. Could also go either way, honestly. I kind of want you to let go of this, Aries, just because I can see the energy and I can see how draining it is. But if it is something that is reciprocal and it is supportive and it is respectful and it feels good, it doesn't drain you whenever you're around them, you know, things like that, then, you know, don't feel bad for holding on, is what I'm saying. But again, that's why this Two of Swords came out, is because it's entirely your choice. It's entirely your choice. Yeah. Very straightforward pair of cards. Okay. Three of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So, So I see you kind of looking toward a future that is not what you've built over the past couple years. Looking toward a future that is different, maybe completely different from the environment and the relationships that you've garnered and nurtured and grown the past couple years. Maybe you're having a complete paradigm shift right now. And with seeing Death upright in the Fool, that does not surprise me at all. You're on a new journey. And like I said, I would advise you to let go of this Four of Pentacles so you can truly move forward with your life. Because I do see how this stuff holds you back, you know? But you've been dreaming of a life somewhere far away from this instability. And, you know, that's okay to admit. Don't shy away from that. If you're thinking about it, if you're wanting something different, if you're dreaming of something different, if you're waiting for something different, go get something different. You know? Don't be afraid to shake shit up. Especially when it is this unhealthy and unstable. I don't see truly what you'd be losing here, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so moving on, we have the Queen of Wands reversed with the Hermit reversed. So the Queen of Wands, I'm seeing it as you. You're not really wanting to think about how this has changed you, how this has made you not feel like yourself, you know? Like the fire has been taken out from under you, the wind out of your sails, and the passion out of your heart, you know? You don't want to think about how this has affected you like that, but it has. And I need you to look straight down that barrel of that gun, Aries. Straight down the barrel. And I need you to examine why you feel like that. Why do you feel like the Queen of Wands reversed? Why don't you feel like the Queen of Wands upright? You know, somebody who follows their passions, follows their heart, follows their fire unapologetically, and doesn't let anybody make them feel bad about it. You are not in that space in this environment, and that is very clear, but you don't want to think about it. You need to start prioritizing your own feelings, Aries, because this matters. Okay? This matters. How you feel matters. How people make you feel matters. You have the Five of Swords with the Hierophant reversed. You don't want to fight with whatever this is because you feel like it's not worth it, or you feel like they're not going to change, or like your input doesn't mean anything. Aries, that is your sign to leave, baby. That's your sign to leave. If you feel like this person is not listening to you, misuses their power over you, is completely backwards from you when it comes to morals and values, why are you wasting your time when you know it's not worth the fight? So don't fight with it. Just fucking leave it. You know? Don't waste your energy on this anymore. We're going through Venus retrograde right now, so a lot of relationships are about to end. If they're meant to end, they will end. But sometimes we have to make that decision. So make a pros and cons list, you know. Really ask yourself, why would you be staying, you know? Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed with the Knight of Pentacles. So you're really working on this feeling of instability and lack of independence in yourself. You really want to be independent. You really want to be able to support yourself financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All of the lees, right? You really want to, and you're working toward a future where that is possible. So I just want to tell you, keep fucking going, Aries. Keep going. We want this Nine of Pentacles upright, okay? We want to see you in that independent, self-reliant state. You do not need to rely on this. Maybe you do rely on this person. Maybe you do rely on them financially or otherwise. Just know that you can always break free from that, okay? There are places that will take you. There are places, if you have kids, there are places that will take your kids, that will take you in, feed you, clothe you, whatever you need, you know? If you're a single mom, I know there are tons of places like that around. So the Seven of Swords with the Page of Swords reversed, yeah. You don't want to see all the manipulation and the gaslighting and the deception and the trickery that this person has caused or is causing you or is inflicting upon you because it's very internal, it's very deliberate, but it's very like under the table, you know? I feel like it's not very obvious to other people. And that's the thing about abuse is like, unless you're the person being abused, you often don't see the abuse. So don't feel like you're crazy, you know? Allow yourself to see it clearly for what it is, okay? And that comes with not only the breaking up process, but also the moving on process, realizing after the fact, you know, hindsight is 20/20. Realizing after the fact what they actually did to you without any rose-colored glasses on, and not being afraid to admit to yourself, yeah, that was abuse, or yeah, that was gaslighting, or yeah, that was manipulation, or yeah, that was taking advantage of me, you know? Or yeah, that was addiction, and that was obsession, that wasn't real love, you know, because the devil reverses here. So it truly feels like that toxic, passionate love that just feels like a giant rush, but the crash can be devastating, you know? So yeah. That's your higher self. We're going to do some oracles. Let me shuffle out the energy first. Okay, let's get some advice from this deck. Ooh. Some advice for Aries, please. Some advice for Aries, please. Ooh, that flew out. Rebirth, yes. With seduction at the bottom. Okay. This is some big energy, Aries. You really are starting anew, becoming a new version of yourself. Sorry. There's a death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, O flame resurrected. So yeah, it's not going to be painless. It's going to hurt. It's, you know, think of growing pains. Think of like, I'm being shown like the transformation of like a human into a werewolf. You know, it's always painful, but you reach your ultimate form, you know? So you're just reaching your next form, whatever next stage comes in your life, you know. Let the changes take place. Let the death cycles take place. Let it take whatever it may take with it. Yeah, don't resist the death right now. Don't resist death right now. Let it take hold. Okay, in seduction, we have, hear the roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon heaving chests. Give in to its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. So yeah, I feel like this person, you know, this person or the situation or whatever it was that you're leaving behind or trying to decide to leave behind or not, I feel like it really has you like in a trance. It really has you seduced by either its power, it's love. Maybe it love bombs you. If you don't know what love bombing is, I recommend looking it up, because, the more you know. But yeah, this, I just have to say, if something relies on seduction to pull you in, and it doesn't rely on actual care or love or attraction or like that soul deep pull to get you in, if it has to just rely on this, on fiery passion that will fade over time, there's not really any longevity to that. This flame dies out over time, and I feel like it has died out. And yeah. And you are working on yourself. You're not letting it bring you down with it, which I think is beautiful, Aries. Okay, let's get some cards from here, and then we'll close out the reading. Advice for Aries, please. Advice for Aries, please. Truth. Retreat. Yeah, go within. Talents. On the right path. Healing. Shadow work. Inner child work. Communication. Void. Dependency. Passion. Individuality. Perspective. Whoop. Ego. And dreams. Okay, so with home at the bottom. Okay, yeah, I feel like you are realizing that you are dependent on this person or this situation, and you want to break that dependency. You're really being called to retreat into yourself, to go inward, and find the passion that you're searching for in yourself. Because that passion will not die out. It will not burn out, because it's going to be there for you always, because it's yourself. You're on the right path when it comes to wanting to be independent. Truly you are meant to be alone at this time. If you've been in a relationship for a long time and this is breaking up, I recommend going at least like a year without dating anybody else. And I know that might sound like a lot, but it will really help you gain perspective, and it will help you heal. And not only heal from what they did to you, but also how you behave and how you interact in relationships as well. Again, just really delving deep into that shadow. We have communication with ego. Yeah, really dig deep into and forgive yourself for the humanity, the humanness within yourself. Like, we all have an ego, right? We all have things, habits, patterns that we wish we didn't have, that are just kind of there. That, no matter what we do, they're always just kind of there. Don't hold yourself to too high of a standard when it comes to that. Give yourself some grace for being human, you know? And then we have void with dreams. So yeah, your dreams could be very vivid right now. I recommend keeping a dream journal because dreams always are encrypted. So they're always begging to be decrypted, you know, worked through or sorry, I'm really tired, so words are coming hard to me right now. Dreams beg to be unraveled is what I'm trying to say. And then make your home, you know, your safe place. Make your home your sanctuary. Make it your comfort place. I really recommend making your home like a base of operations and not just a box that you live out of, right? Okay, so that's all I had for you, Aries. It was a pleasure and an honor to read for you. I hope to see you back here sometime soon, and I'll see you later. Bye!